Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who might be new here, my name's Dave and this is Scott's Toys. On this channel we cover Lego investing, Bricklink store updates, and general reselling. So this particular episode we're going to be talking about our Bricklink store. We're going to go over some questions that you guys have submitted to me on Instagram. We're also going to talk a little bit about what sets are going to be coming to the store this week, as well as reviewing our orders that we received for the previous week. All right, so we have quite the assortment of sets coming to the store this week. We're starting things off with this racing car 60256. Not a whole lot real noteworthy in this particular set. This one's being parted out mainly because it has quite a bit of box damage. It even has a giant tear on the back. I believe it was a return in store. Probably a birthday gift or something that got crushed, and I got it for pretty good clearance, so that's going to go to the part out shelf. Next set on the docket is Ninjago Lloyd's Jungle Chopper bike, and this one's kind of cool. This is one of the newer sets. It does have a couple cool figures down there. Wasn't sure if I was going to put this on the shelf for the investment log. I decided to end up parting this one out because it had some pretty unique figures in it, so Ninjago's the next one on the list. Next up, we have Harry Potter. So I did manage to get a couple of these extra books that aren't completing any sets. I've got, I believe, 5 full sets of books right now that I'm keeping in the investment log. I've got a couple more that I was able to get a hold of that I am going to be adding to the Bricklink store. This first one here is 76383. Hogwarts Potion Class. Next up, continuing along the same theme, the Charms Class Harry Potter book. This one here definitely made the store because it has a big old crease here in the box. I figured I might as well go ahead and do the Potion Class with it since I don't have another complete set at this point. Okay, moving on. Moving into our Star Wars theme to kind of go with the May 4th recent event. We've got Luke Skywalker's Land Speeder. There's been a lot of Land Speeders, I think. I'm just really excited about the Jawa in it. I'm looking forward to getting that into the store. I'm assuming that the figures will probably go before most of the pieces. Fun little addition, a couple cool figures. Next up, we have another Tatooine-based set, Obi-Wan's Hut. So we got a couple more cool figures in here. I like the Tusken Raider. I do already have one of those in the store from one of the new Mandalorian sets. But this also gives us an R2, another Luke, and having Obi-Wan's pretty sweet. The big dome piece on the top, I think, is also a pretty unique piece. Okay, moving on to the last one. I think this one will be the most popular. We've got a 501st Legion Clone Trooper Battle Pack, in essence. So, obviously, this one's all about the figures. I figured people would be excited to see this one. I've got a few of these. These are pretty hot on my investment log list. I figure I might as well go ahead and part it out because it actually adds quite a bit of lots to the store. That is what is coming to the Bricklink store this week. I don't know if I'll do multiples of any of these. I do have a couple that I could. I've got multiples of this, that, the Land Speeder. Those ones are pretty much all it. I'm trying to get the lot count up more so than the piece count. And so I want to focus on getting unique items in the store right now. Next, I think we're going to go ahead and answer some of our viewer questions.
I just got done parting out set number 60256, racing cars. One of the sets I told you I was going to be parting out. And I figured I would take this opportunity to answer a couple of the questions that you guys have submitted on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So to start things off, we're going to go ahead and answer a question from Sled Gunner on YouTube. So Sled Gunner asked, does Amazon charge a flat rate fee for shipping products to them, or is it based off of the size and weight of each item? Do they actually give you a shipping breakdown, or are all the fees grouped and based off of the sell price? So first off, thanks for asking the question, Sled Gunner. Amazon does not charge a flat rate for shipping items to them. They completely base it off of the weight and size of the package that you mail in. However, it's not per item, so you don't need to know on a per item basis necessarily what that cost is. Usually what I do is do what's referred to as a multi-SKU shipment. which means I take a bunch of different types of sets and put them all together in one large box, may contain 20, 30 sets, something along those lines. I ship that into Amazon, and usually it costs around $10 or less. It really is going to depend, again, on the size of the box that I use and the weight of the box. Couple key items is that the box has to weigh, I believe, less than 50 pounds, and no one side of the box can be greater than 25 inches. Otherwise, you start getting some extra fees. So thank you so much for your question, Sled Gunner. I appreciate it. Next question comes to us again from YouTube, from username Lego Homes, our good buddy Zach. And he says, I love these sorting trays in your long drawers. Where did you find those? And so for those of you who maybe missed last Wednesday's episode where I talk about it in a little bit more detail, the sorting drawers or trays that he's talking about are these. They are a Doris Protect and Store insert tray. I found these at Michael's. You could buy them individually probably a few years back now. They were about $5 when you purchased them directly in the store and you got one. Ended up doing a little bit of extra digging around, and I did find that you can buy them on Michael's bulk buy website, and you would get 20 of them in a pack for around $40 or $45. So the price was fantastic. However, I did recently go and look, and I could not find them on the website anymore. So I don't know whether it's a discontinued product or if they're just currently out of stock. Thank you so much for your question, Lego Homes. I appreciate it. So this question comes to us from YouTube user Cbad Callie, who asks, quick question, you mentioned Bricklink takes care of California sales tax. Do you know if they also report that collected sales tax to the state of California, similar to eBay and other third-party marketplaces? So, Cbad Callie, to answer your question, I'm going to go ahead and walk through a little scenario here. So, let's say I receive an order from California. It's a $2 order. Bricklink will go ahead and add California state sales tax to that order automatically. And Bricklink will also take and set that money aside. So that money actually doesn't pass through to me. They take and set that money aside and they submit it to the state of California for that particular sales transaction, which is what sales tax is. It's a tax on a transaction of a sale. And so that's kind of one thing, and Bricklink takes care of all that. It really just kind of started coming in on all the states since Lego purchased Bricklink, because now Lego has Nexus in each of the states. Whether or not they submit the sales, I believe the question you're asking is whether they submit the income generated from each of the different orders, which is different. That's something that each individual should be claiming on their individual income tax reporting to the government, around April timeframe. And so I actually don't know whether or not they submit that. I believe if they do, they typically have to give you like a 1099 or a 1098. I think there's some form that they're supposed to give you. I have never received that form in the past, so I don't believe that they submit it. However, I do submit all the income that we receive from eBay, Facebook, all the third-party marketplaces, Bricklink included, to the IRS during tax season on our income tax form. So, Cbad Callie, I hope that answered the question that you were asking. Thank you so much for asking it. I appreciate your question.
Thank you to everybody again for going ahead and submitting some questions that I could answer for you. I just really kind of enjoyed that experience. I liked being able to interact with all of you. So to finish things off, we're going to go ahead and run through our orders for the previous week. And to start things off, we've got our friend none other than the drop shipper, who apparently is really addicted to my Okoys. We have another Okoy sale, another $8.56 order roughly. We're going to go ahead and move on to order number 2, and this order is from Thomas. So Thomas spent $8.28 in the store, and it really looks like the main thing that Thomas got is the paratrooper, as well as the breathing apparatus that goes on their face. So I only had one of the Sky Police figures in my store, so he cleared that out, and there was only one extra breathing apparatus. I believe the set came with 2, so the other one must be with one of the minifigures. Thank you to Thomas for that order. Let's move on. Order number 3. Order number 3 comes from our good friend Chris, friend of the channel. And Chris spent about $14.21. He got one of our Benny minifigs. So Benny's a good one. I want to say that came from, oh gosh, what set did that come from? I think it might have been like Benny's Fix It Up station or something like that. I'm not remembering off the top of my head. But anyways, he got a Benny minifigure as well as a Spider-Man black and gray suit. The Spider-Man was the only one of those that I had. And he also ended up getting a couple of the modified plates. I really like these. There's another piece that I really like that's similar to this that I feel like is more modern. It's the 2x4 tile with double jumper on those. I know it's showed up in a couple of Minecraft sets, but thank you to Chris for your order and support. Next up, we've got our good friend, the Dropshipper, coming around for round number 2 this week. Another Akoi figure, so clearly prices are still the cheapest. I have not gone and modified them. This particular Dropshipper, they can finish clearing me out. I'm okay with that. So another $4.60 there. Moving on to order number 5. Order number 5 is from Fernando, and Fernando spent $5.05 in the store, which mainly consisted of some light bluish gray kind of small tile pieces, the red hot dogs, which we've got a lot of those, some medium nougat bricks, steering wheel. The big thing is this utensil pack, which is the only one that I had in the store. That may have also come from the Sky Police. It was something I parted out really recently, and you can see that because the drawer number is actually pretty high. The stuff towards the end, getting up in the 2000s, those are the pretty recent sets. Thank you to Fernando. And on the last order here, this order was placed from Connor. It's the largest order this week at $22.31. And let's see, do we got anything noteworthy in here? We got some pretty big dark bluish gray bricks. 2x6s are a pretty big thing. He cleared me out of those. The 1x2 brick without bottom tube in trans clear. So this part here I made a point to bag up completely separate. I try and do that with all of my trans clear pieces that have any kind of like paneling to them. So if it's a brick or a panel or a window or a windshield, I do my best to keep those separate from all the other bricks just to try and limit how scratched they get. Yep, and so same thing here with the panel. Other than that, mostly fairly basic pieces. Anyways, thank you to Connor for your order. You won the largest order this week, which wins you a big thank you from me. So thank you to Connor, and thank you honestly to everybody who placed an order this week, Chris and Thomas specifically. So just to recap this week, total sales in the store this week were this. Total cost of goods sold is this. Shipping charges down here. Bricklink fees over here. And right in here, we have a total net profit of this. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you really enjoyed the video. Please, if you haven't already, go ahead and click on that like button below. Please subscribe to the channel. Click on that notification bell so that you can be aware when all of our videos go live. And as always, we will see you in the next video. Thanks, everybody. Bye.